Hello, everybody. It's your boy Debo here, and this week's review will be Smokey and the Bandit, directed by Hal Needham, starring Burt Reynolds as the Bandit, Sally Field as Frog, Jerry Reed as the Snowman, with Jackie Gleason as Sheriff Buford T. Justice, with Mike Henry as Junior Justice, and of course, Pat McCormick and Paul Williams as Big and Little Linus Burdett. I gotta say, Smokey and Bandit definitely the one of the greatest movies of the 70s. And in 1977, the one film that was actually number 2 to Star Wars, or should I say, only film that could actually compete with Star Wars in 1977. And fun fact, Burt Reynolds actually turned down the role of Han Solo to be the Bandit. Kind of like how I read at first that Richard Boone of Have Gun Will Travel was almost Buford T. Justice, but a good thing they opted for Jackie for that one, because, like I say, it was the Bandit trilogy. It happens to be my favorite Jackie Gleason role, and one thing I always associate him whereas instead of Honeymooners, and of course, the second out of 2 movies that Sally Field has worked for Sonny Schroyer of Dukes of Hazzard fame, and the other being Forrest Gump. And I say, and of course, one of the greatest soundtracks for the 70s and movie history, alongside that badass 1977 Pontiac Trans Am. So how big Pontiac was involved in this one, because not only was the Bandit's Trans Am a Pontiac, but Buford T. Justice's patrol car was also a Pontiac. And hold back to that soundtrack, because when it comes to chase songs, Eastbound and Down is about in the equal caliber of Foggy Mountain Breakdown of go-to car chase songs. Man, the whole soundtrack was killer, with Jerry Reed just knocking it out of the park, both as an actor and a singer. I mean, great performance of Snowman, and excellent songs just from, like, with the Bandit, which is the intro song to Westbound and Down and Eastbound and Down, and the one that goes, "They Call You the Bandit," which was one where they see where Bandit and Frog are taking a break in that little park for a while, and then as the song never played. And always I say, I was kind of like surprising out of seeing that when they're trying to get to know each other outside of their encounter, and she's all like, "You like Elton John?" And Bandit goes, "No," and then Bandit was like, "You know who Daisy Tibbs, Richard Petty, and Waylon Jennings are?" And I'm like, "I know 2 out of the three, but I'm surprised she didn't know all 3." Well, the 2 being Petty and Jennings. Because, I mean, seriously, how could anyone not know Waylon? And man, and I already mentioned with the second outing of the the first out 2 outings of where Sally Field and Sonny Schroyer worked together in a movie. This is the only one where they actually had a scene together where Sonny Schroyer was the motorcycle cop, and for those who don't know, Sonny Schroyer was best known for Enos from Dukes of Hazzard. Well, you could say, kind of almost like consider Smokey the Bandit a Dukes of Hazzard what if, as in what if Enos was a chip. cause oh he handled, cause like he didn't, cause like with the Hazard County police cars, he always drove them straight into a pond. And it blew my mind when I found out that was Enos playing the motorcycle cop. Cause you pretty much say Enos could never catch the Dukes. What made him think he couldn't catch could catch the Bandit? And out of two, that was actually credit for uncredited roles that were Schroyer, and two for people that were actually in Dukes of Hazzard were also in this movie, where Ben Jones, who played Cooter, actually had a blink and you'll miss it scene where he's hooked up with some redhead. But I've seen Smokey and the Bandit so many times, I still hadn't found that part. But oh, that Trans Am, man. Between that and the '69 Charger, best known as General Lee, those two cars that could be like the redneck equivalent to the Batmobile on terms of awesomeness. I mean, you can say with previous castings, like Enos as a motorcycle cop, you can almost say it's the closest Dukes and the Bandit had a crossover compared prior to when Dukes of Hazzard debuted in '79, while Smoking Bandit was '77 in the 2005 movie. But I'll save that for the video for that video. But overall, Smokey and Bandit, an excellent movie for the '70s. I mean, and and one that's definitely aged well. I mean, how can you not like this movie? I mean, the high speed action, the witty banner, the soundtrack, and surprisingly, that the fact that Coors beer east of the Mississippi was bootlegging was actually being an actual real law back in the '70s. Who would have thunk it? And like how the movie is basically about their trip to Texas to get some beer for the boys first in Atlanta. Yet majority of the movie was filmed in Georgia. I mean, the Texarkana scenes were really Jonesboro, Georgia, not the actual Texarkana, Texas. But gotta have some epic stunts because it had. I mean, the jump scene that they was able to luckily film in one shot. You know, when they were getting chased by Sheriff Branford and his people, and then the whole deal of Frog being the runaway bride who was supposed to marry Junior. I'm just like, yeah, I see why she ran away, because that dude was Junior is an idiot. I mean, he made. I mean, Junior Justice was so dumb. He makes Homer Simpson look like Einstein. I ain't just talking about that one episode where Homer did become smart either. And jeez, no wonder old Buford always called him a tick turd. And fun fact about the name Buford T. Justice was the name of an actual Florida highway patrolman that Bert knew when he was a kid, because Bert's father was a highway patrolman. And oh, how perfect Jerry Reed was to be Snowman. I could not picture anybody who could have matched him on that one. I mean, I mean, definitely. And how perfect Burt was as the Bandit, and how everybody in this movie was perfect for their roles. And I gotta say how funny how like the Burdettes actually predicted Boss Hogg because they both just wore the suit, the cowboy hat, and well, the Burdettes wore blue suits, blue or nudie suits is what the country singers call them, and a red Cadillac, but it had horns on it. And though the Burdettes did it first, that I still call it the Boss Hogg look. Although technically Webb Pierce did it in real life first, but that's a little unrelated. But overall, Smokey and the Bandit, excellent masterpiece, excellent action, excellent soundtrack. I mean, it earned their spot in '77. I mean, just not out of the park because. And even so, well choreographed scenes that almost 90% of the police actors that play police in the movie were actually real cops, especially in the Georgia supposedly Georgia scenes where they were getting chased by state troopers and all, because I'm pretty sure Georgia, because I know Georgia don't have no motorcycle program, not anymore, because in terms of motorcycle cops, because I'm from Georgia and I've only seen motorcycle cops in other states. Never in Georgia. But overall, Smokey and the Bandit is a definite 5 out of 5. I mean, perfect. I mean, just perfect casting, great soundtrack, great action. I mean, it's what Fast and Furious wishes it was when it comes to car films. All right, y'all. That'll do it for this week. Give my page a like, subscribe, enjoy the reviews, and I'll keep dishing them out.